The Darien Athletic Foundation is proud to present high school girls soccer. We are live in progress here at Lilly Field on the campus of Wilton High School. It's Darien taking on the Wilton Warriors. 21 minutes left in the first half. Darien up 1-0 on an Ellen Harnish goal. I am joined on this broadcast, as I have been for many broadcasts, by John Bradley, the head coach of the Darien boys varsity soccer team. John, welcome in.
Lovely to be here again. Better late than never.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties. We're in kind of a remote location out here in Wilton, and power not easily accessible at this field, John Bradley.
Yeah, Darien back in the attack again. First 20 minutes of the game, Darien's dominated the game. I think they might be a little bit disappointed not to put the game away already. They've had 2 or 3 great chances. Wilton really struggling to get out of their half at the moment. Olivia Yu with a throw-in.
John, I wanted to commend you and your guys on a great effort in that tough loss to Stanford. You played very well in that game.
We're trying. There's a win coming soon, I'm sure of it. Daddy Bravo looking to shoot. That's a good effort from distance. This might be the best Darien performance I've seen so far against a good side in this first 20 minutes.
I wanted to ask you about the first 20 minutes since I didn't see a lot of it, doing some setup here in our location. It's been pretty much dominated by the Blue Wave.
Dominated by Darien. I think the players and coaches will be looking to get at least 1 or 2 more goals before the half whilst they're on top, because if you don't get that second goal, it can give Wilton a little bit of encouragement. Wilton really struggling. I said they're sitting with 1 forward up top, and every time it goes up, it's really comfortable for the Darien defence. But I think Leah Mike could be happy that Darien are playing great soccer.
By the way, John Bradley, it's important to tell our viewers I'm actually doing camera here and a little bit of announcing, so multitasking, as you said a few minutes ago before we came on.
I think they'll be stuck listening to me for a little longer. Olivia Yu with a good ball down the line. Unlucky there again. I said the way that Wilton's lined up in their shape is not really helping them too much. As I said, just another ball over the top, which easy for Darien to defend. As I say that, we make a mistake. It's the first real time Wilton's been in our half. And it looks like we've just scored a field goal.
Over the crossbar. 1-0 Darien here at the 18:35 mark of the first half.
I said it's been fairly comfortable. Christine Fury in goal hasn't had to make a save yet.
We joined this game in progress about 15 minutes in, had some technical difficulties setting up our DAF Media Network broadcast of this high school varsity girls soccer match between Darien and Wilton.
And for those that missed it, it was a great goal by Ellen Harnish. Took on 2 players and tucked it in the corner of the goal.
Darien in blue, Wilton in white.
Ellen will be looking to go straight past her again. I think she knows she's got the beating of these defenders today. It's actually a very tricky surface today because it's so old. Some of the passes are moving very quickly, so we've got to judge the run of this a little better. And it happened there with Ellen dribbling on our field of Darien that wouldn't go out of bounds. A little bit quiet from the Darien parents at the moment.
They were excited about that Harnish goal earlier in this first half, that's for sure.
I said Darien very impressive in this first 23 minutes. Definitely the far superior soccer team at the moment. But again, let's see if we can get the second goal.
Darien 6-1 coming into this game against Wilton. Their 1 loss to Brian McMahon at home.
It's good possession there from just holding on to the ball, making it look easy. And this is the danger about not getting the second goal. if we don't get the second goal, it's going to give Wilton a little bit more confidence. And it's only going to take one chance.
Wilton on the far side of the field here. Nice centering pass there. Good defense by the Blue Wave, John.
Yeah, as I said, it's fairly tight back there. I said the back four are playing very, very well today. They haven't really been troubled too much. Kept their shape very well. And again, if you look here, there's that's a good ball out wide. But again, Wilton are not getting up quick enough. So I anticipate this being easy for the defence again.
John, what has impressed you about this Darien team, specifically defensively this season?
Again, I think Ramsey could... Ooh.
We talk so much about the offense, but this is a pretty tough Darien defense as well.
The defence have been excellent. I think today they're actually... There's a few players that have stepped in. I said Darien's playing without 3 starters today, but some of the girls that have stepped in have done really well. And what's really good for the defence is when the forwards get a goal so early and take advantage of their chances, it allows the defence to relax a little bit. Like in the games like today, which are against tough opposition, and Darien is really coming into the tough stretch of the season, that early goal really settles the nerves down. And I said Darien's thoroughly dominated this game. What they've got to do is not take their foot off the gas. As I say, that Wilton getting behind. Good cover by D'Annunzio. And Darien preventing Wilton getting a shot again. They'll look to get this back in.
John, you mentioned this Wilton program. This is a storied program. I mean, this was the program back in the 80s. Of course, it produced Christine Lilly, one of the greatest U.S. soccer players ever.
Yeah, they're always a solid bunch. Today, actually, they're struggling a little bit. I think that their coach will be looking to make some changes at halftime. It's hard to do during the game. But over the years, they've been very successful. I mean, state championships, FCAC championships. That's a good ball in. Darien's doing a great job as well of winning the second balls. When the defence is winning headers and tackles, there's always a midfielder open. Alana and Natalie Bravo playing very well in centre midfield today. And I definitely think that Ellen and Katie Ramsey know they've got the beating of the Wilton back four.
So much speed up front on this Darien team, John.
Yeah, they can finish as well, which is obviously if we can get them some service. Again, the Wilton number 10 there, fairly typical of how it's been this half. She had a good chance to get the cross in and just whacked it out of bounds.
Darien coming off a big 8-0 win over Stamford on Tuesday this week. 6th win of the season. Blue Wave near the top of the FCAC East standings. Just behind St. Joe's, which always seems to produce a pretty tough team.
Oh, St. Joe's is like a farm well done.
Mark up, girls.
I said Wilton will start to get a little bit of encouragement here just because they're only 1-0 down, which in soccer is the most dangerous scoreline. As I said, it's only going to take one chance for them to get back in it.
Nice save by Fiore.
Save.
We've talked a lot about her on our DAF media broadcast, John. She is a top-notch keeper, one of the best in the state.
Yeah, she's had a great season. I said, and shots like that won't really bother Darien at all. This is going to be Ramsey looking to get on the end of this when it bounces. I've never seen her beat from a shot from 25 yards out, so that Darien will be happy to let Wilton shoot from that distance. I think again we can see the shape of Wilton. They just tend to be leaving one forward up. It's going to be interesting to see how they come out in the second half. A little bit of a big gap here. This is Wilton's best move so far. Let's see if there's anything on the end of it. And that's what the Wilton coach will be looking to do. If we look at how they are now, the 4 defenders stay back, but all 6 players manage to link up with the forward. So the coach will be very happy with that. Said for the first 30 minutes, the Wilton forward's just been isolated by herself. You can see Wilton's confidence starting to grow in the last 5-10 minutes as well. Thank you, referee, for that one.
1-0 Darien here. About 11 minutes left in the first half. We joined this game in progress. John Bradley on the call along with Damian Andrew. Also doing some camera work here, John.
Picture perfect.
John, I tell you, the weather right now is picture perfect. The humidity's
It's gorgeous out today. And I said we missed one of the best goals, actually. Ellen Harnish got a great goal in the first 10 minutes.
Well, we've certainly seen a lot of Darien goals this season. There's a lot of firepower on this team, and she's one of their top offensive players.
I think the biggest thing is, as I said, with the way the schedule has fallen, this is, I think, if not the toughest, one of the second toughest game Darien's had so far. So to get that early goal definitely lets the team settle down and get some confidence going.
Speaking about getting early goals, that's exactly what happened in the field hockey game yesterday. Darien traveled to Greenwich. They get a goal about 10 minutes in by Kendall Wasinski, and that's all they needed is they hauled off the Cardinals in a big FCAC field hockey matchup, John. Great game at Cardinal Stadium.
Yeah, the field hockey team's having a great year. That early goal in most sports really makes a big difference. Greenwich also a very good field hockey team. And again, Darien looks to open this game up now. If they can get the ball to Ramsey. Unlucky, well defended. And this is the danger now where Darien don't overcommit, because Wilton are going to try and put bodies forward. But again, too many aimless passes for Wilton. And I'm very familiar with their coach. And I think that's what we'll be stressing to them at halftime.
Renato Tapata.
Very fine gentleman. And he won't be looking for them to whack balls into the corners.
Renato Tapata in his second season as the head coach.
Darren looking if we can find Harnish in the middle. That's a great ball. Looking here for Ilana to cut back and find Ellen if she can. I think Darien made that attack a little bit too complicated. We had numbers up there. That's a good touch. But again, far too easy for Darien to defend.
Back up, girls!
This could be tricky if they can get this ball out. Unlucky. Well done.
Let's go, Wade!
A little bit too much there in our half of the field. Great tackle.
Darien in blue, Wilton in white.
Lots of space here for Bravo to run into. Good ball out wide.
Bravo having a nice season, John. That's a name we've called a lot on these early broadcasts for the Darien Athletic Foundation.
She's having a great year, as I said. Her ability to read the game and switch the play. Obviously, her long throws and set pieces are invaluable as well. I think Darien needs to get their shape back in the midfield now. There's a big gap opening up between the defence and midfield.
Another great crowd for this varsity girls soccer game. The Wave faithful out.
And fairly quiet today as well. Must be enjoying this little last day of sunshine we got. As I said, we definitely got to be careful now to keep that shape in midfield, because Wilton are going to look to attack with 6 players every time they win the ball. Good job here by the keeper of slowing the game down a little bit. And she is so consistent when she punts the ball, every single one. At least 10, 20 yards inside the opponent's half. So a decent attack by Wilton. But again,
Wilton has had a couple of nice runs, John, in this first half. Just have nothing to show for it.
yeah, as I said, the one attack that they did well, they managed to get 6 players forward and left 4 defenders back. But usually, they're trying to do it in ones, and what I mean by that is one player is going to look to match up with one Darien, and I think Darien is superior to Wilton. And our defence is not going to be beaten. If you just whack a ball out wide and try and beat them, it's not going to happen.
Free kick here for Wilton.
And again, like I was mentioned a couple of minutes ago, it was due to that big gap in the midfield, so now we'll give up this careless free kick. Let's hope we can defend it well. That's a good throw out there. If we can see Ramsey down the line. She's still waiting for good. You can see by her reaction a little bit frustrated by that, because she knew if she could have got that under control, she'd have had a great chance to turn and run at the keeper. But again, as we see, the Darien defence not going to be beaten in 1v1 situations. Far better in this first half than Wilton. Just as I was singing her praises there, Bravo didn't see the other side of the field where Nell Niffin's out wide. If she could have switched the play out there, lots of space for Niffin to run into.
Slight breeze out here at Lilly Field. You can hear it through our mics.
Seems to be every game. We're used to it now.
We're used to it, yeah. I was going to say the same thing.
Good touch there by Fox. Well settled down. Some nice triangles there by Darien, maintaining possession.
John, I don't know
and then we lose it.
I don't know if you got to hear any of your game against Stanford, but one of your former players, Jonathan Gill, class of 2013 at Darien, did a nice job calling that game.
He's a legend. That's good defending there.
There's Harnish. The cross by Ramsey.
It was great to have Eric back doing a game. Obviously it wasn't our game, it was the girls, because again, when you're part of the girls or boys program, we got you for life. So it was nice to see Eric come back. Jonathan came and did a game.
Yeah, Jonathan did a nice job. He was excited to do it, and had a lot of nice things to say about you, John.
All of them true. Again, if Darien can just put this game away, if we can get one more goal, I don't think Wilton have a hope of scoring 3 goals in the second half. But again, we're seeing that gap in the midfield again. There's too many holes here for it. But again, Darien will take that all day. There's no chance of them scoring from 25 yards out. Which again, I think Renata will be stressing that at half time. Wilton very disappointed in the last 20 yards of the field.
Fiore sends it downfield.
Oh, the crowd's awake now. We can blame the ref.
A thankless job, even at the high school level sometimes.
Again, Wilton very wasteful on the ball again. I think Darien will be happy to see this out now till the half.
We're under 3 minutes left here in the first half. This one. Darien leads Wilton 1-0 here at Lilly Field on the Wilton High School campus.
It's been an interesting half because Darien thoroughly dominated the first 20 minutes. I'm not sure Wilton even got across the halfway line. And then we had a great chance to make the game too. And now Wilton's, over the last 15-20 minutes, started to get back into the game, get a little bit more confidence. So it's going to be really important for the Wave to focus here, see this half out with the lead, and then come out in the second half. I spoke too soon, we might be looking to get number 2. That's a great shot. Wow to go. Another good finish by Harnish.
So Harnish dials up her second goal of the afternoon. High fives all around for the Blue Wave as they take a 2-0 lead here in the first half against Wilton at Lilly Field. That's big. You said if they could go up 2 goals here in this first half, be a tough ask for Wilton in the second half.
Will categorically state now that if they give up a goal, Mike and Lee will not be happy campers. Lock it down for the next 2 minutes. Get in at half-time. That's a smart. Well done there by Dolan.
John, of course, talking about Lee Parsons, the head coach of the Darien Varsity girls soccer team. His assistant, Mike Fraioli.
Could be looking for 3 here. That's a good ball by Harnish. It's a good cross. Unlucky. Unless something turns around dramatically in the second half and Renato's got a magic wand, I don't see any way that Wilton are going to get back into this game. The style with which they're playing and the formation, it's not allowing them to get in behind the Darien defence, which is, I think, is very, very strong and playing very well today. Just keeping the one forward up and trying to get 5 players every time to support them, I think it's going to be too tricky. If Darien can just maintain its shape, Wilton have no shot of getting back in this game. And maybe Darien can sneak a third. No rush to take the throw in. 35 seconds left.
Clock ticking down here in the first half. Darien up 2-0 on 2 goals by Ellen Harnish. And she has had a terrific first half of her season.
Just 10 seconds left here.
And that'll do it for the first half. Darien up 1-0 over Wilton in this 2-0, sorry, John. 2 goals by Ellen Harnish in this FCAC matchup. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more FCAC varsity girls soccer action between Darien and Wilton. We are back here on the Darien Athletic Foundation Media Network. Damian Andrew alongside John Bradley for this FCAC girls soccer matchup between Darien and Wilton. The Blue Wave up 2 goals. 2 goals scored by Ellen Harnish in the first half. And John, Blue Wave impressive in the first 40 minutes of this one.
Yeah, I think Darien thoroughly dominated the game and deserve to be where they are. I think Wilton are going to struggle to get back in the game unless the coach has made some adjustments at halftime.
It's been a little bit of a tale of 2 seasons already for Wilton. They won their first 3 games, 3 shutouts, and then they were shut out in their last 3.
I think, again, that will make me lead to believe I know what I'm talking about there. As I said, if they're going to leave one forward isolated up front, they're going to struggle to score goals. And I'm just going to take a quick look as to see who they played in their first 3 games. But if it was a couple of the weaker opposition, then they need to learn from their mistakes. Otherwise, it's going to be a long season.
And John, just so everybody out there knows, we had some technical difficulties. Missed the first Ellen Harnish goal in the first half, but we are coming to you via tape delay as we had some, as I said, some power issues before this one started.
And I'll do my very best to describe it. I said she picked up the ball about 30 yards out, took on 2 players, and great finish into the corner. Great touch there by Bellismo. We can see what she was trying to do. She was trying to slip that into Harnish. And again, it looks to me like Wilton have just come out in much the same way. They're playing looks like a 4-5-1 formation, hoping to get it up to the forward. And again, easy for Darien to defend.
And by the way, I am doing a little camera work this afternoon as well for the DAF Media Network.
I think the Darien coaches will have encouraged them at the half to keep their shape, keep their focus, understand what's going on. As I said, realising the situation and how Wilton are playing. Lee and Mike, 2 smart cookies, won't want Darien trying to play out the back. I think the linesman got that one a little bit wrong. Yes, thank you, linesman. See? Looks like he could hear me. Again, Darien will be looking to keep this tight for the first 10 minutes, not give Wilton any confidence. But again, just a lack of bodies from Wilton in the attacking third of the field. Bravo will be looking to play this over the top. Well done there by Darien, possessing the ball. See if Wilton can chase. But again, let's not create any problems for ourselves.
Just underway here in the second half, 2-0 Darien.
And again, so far it's been a thoroughly dominant performance. Wilton haven't had a shot inside the Darien box. Alana will be looking to hang on to the ball. Again, usually she makes great decisions. Poor one there, as I said. She's got to be looking to play that ball into the channel up to the forwards. Be a little bit frustrated with that.
If you're Lee Parsons, John, what did you tell your team at the half after a very impressive, dominating first 40 minutes of play?
I think the gist of it will be just to keep it tight for the first 10 minutes and not give Wilton any hope of getting back into this game because you've been so dominant. And if Darien can get the third, this game will be put to bed. I think sometimes the scoreline doesn't do it justice, but Wilton struggled in that first half.
Lilly Field entirely blanketed in shade now. Darien in blue, Wilton in white. Darien moving from right to left.
Looks like the wind's lit up for a little bit. Good touch there by Alana. That's well defended there by Piper Chase. Difficult when those balls are coming out of the air to get a good touch on it. And again, Darien actually sitting a little bit deeper this half as well. I think we could squeeze up a little bit higher.
Let's go, Wave.
Again, Wilton being forced backwards here.
Wilton trying to get something going here.
Easily cleaned up by the defense again.
Here's Ramsey at midfield.
And again, Darien kind of causing its own problems a little bit at the moment. Need to get that decision making better in our half of the field. That'll definitely frustrate the coaches a little bit, because they'll have definitely talked at half time about exactly not doing that. It's a good goal kick.
Nice ball by Fiore. Talented player in goal for the Wave.
That's a good ball. It's going to fall to Ramsey here. Again, a little too wasteful by Darien. Good header there by Harnish. But again, it's kind of a thankless task for the Wilton forward. Paisley Egan just isolated up there against Anna Fox and Emily D'Annunzio. It would take something incredibly special to beat those two by yourself. Again, a really poor free kick there from Wilton. Looks as though this half Ellen Harnish is dropping a little deeper, and it's actually creating us more problems, and it's not actually helping. I think when we had the two forwards, we really caused them a lot of problems. It's a good run there by Wilton. Well played by Darien. If Alana can just get... Well defended there by Lash. So this has been Wilton's best spell of the half at the moment. They're starting to take over the game just a little bit. Darien will have to be wary in the next few minutes and not giving up a goal. Again, well defended there by Darien.
John, I've been a little quiet here in the second half. I'm working on my camera work here.
Your camera work will be better than my camera work. If you want to switch, no problem. We'll probably get a picture of the trees. That's a good ball in there. This will be exactly what Darien was trying to avoid. And as I said, I'm not sure if it's deliberate by the coaches or it's a conscious decision with the wind, but it looks like Darien's now in a 4-5-1 with Ellen Harnish in the middle of midfield.
Another goal kick here for Fiore.
That was Wilton's best attack of the half.
Yeah, they got a good look that time.
Well defended there. Again, a hopeful ball over the top. Comfortably defended there by Bergwall.
2-0 Darien here at the 31-37 mark of the second half.
Darien a little flat here, which is surprising.
Is that just a product of being up 2 goals?
Yeah, the danger is if we continue to sit in too deep and we concede a goal, then it's going to be a very interesting half, whereas we were so dominant in the first half. So it looks like we've switched our formation, which is now playing into Wilton's hands because we're leaving Katie Ramsey up front isolated, so now we could struggle to get out of our half as well. That's a good run there. That's a great shot, unlucky.
2 opportunities, just moments apart for Wilton.
Yeah, I mean, when they say it's a tale of two halves. I mean, Darien was so dominant for the first 25 minutes of the game, and this is the complete opposite. This first 10 minutes, Wilton's taking it to us, looking to get back in this game and get the early goal and make a game of this. As you can hear, the wind's picking up a little bit.
Yeah, you can definitely hear it through our mics here. Lilly Field. Of course, Christine Lilly, as I mentioned in the first half, one of the all-time great soccer players the U.S. has ever produced.
It'd be a nice respite, this free kick. Take a little bit of a breather for the Darien team. It's a good ball. You can see Wilton growing in confidence now.
Here they are again attacking.
I think that that's very well defended again though by Darien.
Bravo.
It's a great ball by Bravo out to Harnish. Little overhit.
Dare I say, John, getting a little chippy out there the second half.
As I always explain to people, this is a physical game and tackles happen. Nothing too malicious going on. Bravo will be looking to hit D'Annunzio with this. It's a great ball. Well defended. That's what Darien were not looking for. This is going to be a foot race. Anna Fox usually covers these very well. Well defended. Another good ball in by Wilton. Easily picked up by Fiore.
Yeah, that was a nice cross there by Wilton.
As you can see now, Wilton growing in confidence. Darien's going to have to do something a little different here. And maybe would look to be pushing Harnish back up top. We're struggling to link up with Ramsey, and I'm sure the coaches would have talked about it at halftime. But if the midfield doesn't push up quick enough, then the game plan doesn't work. Well defended there. Good work by Darien there. Looks like a completely different Wilton team this half. Whatever Renato spoke to him about at halftime woke him up.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to him before this game. He was confident going into this one.
I think he'd have been disappointed the way they started in the first 20 minutes. I think they were just flat. Happens, there's so many games that get played. But definitely they're a completely different team this half.
He said he wanted to see if they could just get into a rhythm. They didn't do that in the first half. They certainly have done it here in the second half.
Yeah, they're playing very well this half. Although I don't think that throwing will please them very much. Great work there by Bravo. Again, the first half, Wilton was really erratic. Now they're getting the ball down, trying to play some soccer. Looking to get on the break again. But those balls won't bother the Darien defence. Again, Wilton got to be slightly more creative in that last 25 yards. Okay.
Let's go, Blue!
14 there had a great chance to pick up the ball and take on a few Darien players, similar to now. Again, easy to clean up there for the Darien defence. But again, story of the half so far at the moment. Darien easily getting the ball up to Katie Ramsey, but not getting any support, so just inviting pressure.
Had a nice save by
good save.
Fiore. That almost snuck in.
I think the game plan from Darien would have been to get the ball up to Katie Ramsey and get her some more support, but the Darien midfield struggling to get any support up to Ramsey. This would be a nice time to take a rest with this free kick.
Free kick here for Darien, and of course you know who's going to take it.
I'm going to take a guess at Natalie Bravo. But again, it's just nice to get a 30-second breather. 25 minutes to go here. This could be a good opportunity to look for the third goal. It's another great ball. Well defended there by Chloe Zimmerman.
This is a veteran Darien team, John, but Bravo is one of those players they get back one more year, just a junior. She's played 3 years on the varsity.
Yeah, they have a very, very solid core group coming back. I said the program's in great shape for the next couple of years. It's a good ball. Ramsey, I think, is going to get the beating of her there. If she can just see the back post.
Just over the crossbar. Harnish with another good look there. She is having herself quite a game this afternoon here in Wilton.
Yeah, it was a good run there by Ramsey. I think the better ball there would have been Bellissimo. Made a great run to the back post, as she could have just come in and tapped it in. You could see just afterwards she realised. But that was nevertheless a great run. She picked it up 40, 50 yards out, destroyed the Wilton left back. A 14 for Wilton today in centre midfield, been very impressive, had a very good game. But again, with Darien committing a few more bodies forward here, it's changed the momentum of the game. Darien started to take over a little bit. And if we can get the third goal in the next 5 minutes, put the game away.
Bravo now on the throw-in.
That's a great throw. Harnish has figured this out. All very unlucky.
John, when you look at the FCAC this season, always tough. It's tough again this year.
It's going to be a tough ball on this surface to pick up.
Darien should be right there in the end, though, with the way they have played this season.
Yeah, I think
so far.
I think Darien's going to be definitely in the playoffs, and this league is so difficult just to get in that top 8 that once we get in that top 8, Darien's got the full capabilities of making the semi-finals or the final.
Well, as you said to me earlier in the season, once you're in, anything can happen. It's just about getting in. And that's really true of soccer.
Yeah, I mean, there's no, unlike some other sports, the 8 can beat the 1. A lot of other sports, it can't happen just because of the quality of the top 3 or 4 teams in the league.
Well said.
So games like today are huge because there's 10 or 11 teams fighting for those 8 spots. And I think if you look in the last few minutes, Harnish has started to push hard up the field. They've switched them up again, and Bravo's up there now. And Bellissimo's done a great job stepping into the starting lineup as a freshman the last couple of games. Number 27, she's had an excellent game. You can see her growing in confidence every game she plays. And the interesting thing for the coaches, when everyone does get healthy, is picking that starting lineup. Some of these players that have come off the bench due to injuries are really playing very well. And that's the depth that the Blue Wave have got. They can go 16, 17 players deep without even blinking.
Having that kind of depth, always important, always nice to have, especially late in the season when the games become even more important. Not that these games aren't important, that's not my point, but when you get into the postseason, obviously that
postseason is definitely more important.
Different.
I said Darien have comfortably survived now that first 10-15 minute onslaught by Wilton, where Wilton were the better team. As I said, I think Renato will be slightly frustrated that Wilton haven't had a shot actually inside the Darien penalty box today. But I think Darien, if they can get the third goal here, this game will definitely be over. That's a good ball. The idea was right there, but when you get Emily D'Annunzio behind you, it's not going to be easy to pull off moves like that. It's a good cross, but again, they're struggling for this idea of how to get behind the Darien defence. Good tackle there by Harnish. Well defended again by Darien.
Yeah, Wilton has definitely done a lot more attacking in the Darien half of the field in this second half.
They're just going to have to come up with something different in order to get behind this Darien defence. Well defended there by Bergwall. And again, that won't bother Darien. Emily Bergwall forced her out wide very well there. The angle was going to be too difficult to put a cross in, and Darien can let the clock tick down, take their time and get this goal kick taken.
We're more than halfway through this second half. About 18 minutes left in the game. Darien up 2-0 on 2 goals by Ellen Harnish in the first half. Christine Fiore here, the goal kick. And here's Wilton on the attack again, John.
But again, it's just another shot from 25 yards out.
Yeah.
They've got no chance of beating Fiore with one of those. She's too good, too experienced, reads the game well, her positioning is excellent. That won't bother the Wave at all. Like I said earlier, Renato, very good coach, very nice guy, and he'll be frustrated that Wilton have taken so many shots from distance today. Ramsey trying to pick this up. Unless we're playing volleyball, I think the refs got that one wrong. That's a quick throw there by Wilton. Good tackle. Again, first real chance inside the box today.
I was going to say that, and inside the box, yeah.
I think if you look at that, that's been the difference, right? The Darien, 2 very calm, excellent finishes by Harnish. Got to hit the target there from 7-8 yards out. Just over 16 minutes left.
Damian Andrew joining John Bradley, the head coach of the Darien boys varsity soccer team, on this DAF media broadcast. Darien up 2 goals on Wilton here at Lilly Field on the Wilton High School campus. We are coming to you tape delayed. Had some technical issues before we got going this afternoon. As I said to you, John, in the first half, kind of a remote location, a power outlet, not as accessible as we would like.
I'll definitely be touching base with the AD to make sure he fixes up for the next time you're up here. But Wilton have played much better this half. They look like a completely different team. That's a great flick on there. Well defended there by Fox.
Wilton throw in here. 15 minutes left in this one. 2-0 Darien.
That's a good ball. Well done there by Fiore.
Fiore comes out and takes care of business. We also have no score clock, you'll notice, on this broadcast, so we will continue to update you on the
15 minutes left
on
here.
the time.
Very important the next 3-4 minutes for Darien not to give up a goal.
Just because then Wilton starts to get a sense that maybe they can pull back in this.
Yeah, it'll put a deeply concerning look on the last 10 minutes if Darien gives up a goal here. It's a great tackle there by D'Annunzio.
D'Annunzio, such a terrific defender for this Blue Wave team.
Oh, come on. Where's the free?
Crowd getting a bit restless here with the ref. I think he's a lovely fella and done a fine job, to be fair. Again, you see Wilton getting a little bit hungry here.
John, who's next for you guys? The boys team is where next?
Oof, we got a stretch. We've got Ridgefield next week away. Ward away.
Always a tough place to play up at Ridgefield.
Staples away. Then New Canaan.
Another tough place to play, Loeffler Field in Westport.
4 very, very difficult games coming up. We'll just get into Darien box. That's a good turn. I think Fiore will clean this up. Oof. The ref should definitely, yeah. The ref was on top of that one. Great goalkeeping by Fiore. I disagree with that one vocal dad down there. The forward had full right to go for the ball. It's a 50-50. But again, that's why she's one of the best in the state. Reads those situations well. Incredibly brave. And another great save.
Again, that Darien defense just tightens up, John.
Yeah, it's been, as I said, it's a huge strong point. That'll easily go out of bounds. Again, as I said, when the coaches will have a look at this game afterwards, and two things happen at the half. Wilton come out obviously a lot more aggressive, and Darien change its formation, which invited a little bit more pressure from Wilton.
And the it's starting to feel like fall. Earlier in the week, it certainly felt like summer. With temps in the 90s.
Unfortunately, yes. Just approaching the 10-minute mark here of the game. Good tackle there by Harnish.
2 first-half goals by Ellen Harnish. And the Blue Wave have a 2-0 lead here over Wilton. Although I would say, John, that the second half has really been controlled by the Warriors.
Yeah, I think they surprised me because I said I didn't think they had it in them, to be fair, but they've come out this half. Different mentality. I said they'll be a little bit frustrated, but that's why we have 16 games throughout the season. As I said, 14's been very impressive in there. But again, those balls, they've got no chance of bothering Fiore. So we're just under the 10-minute mark.
Fiore cleans up another one.
I really don't see any way back into this for Wilton unless Darien make a silly mistake, which with the experience and the quality of the back four, I just don't see it. That's a good turn. But again, Wilton just a little slow there to get bodies forward, which has been the story of the game for them.
While we have a minute, the DAF Media Network will be broadcasting Saturday night's football game. Darien visiting Stamford. That'll be played at historic Boyle Stadium. Great venue, John. You know that place.
Yep, lovely place.
And
Wilton on the attack. That's a good ball in the box, and Wilton.
And then on Monday, we'll be broadcasting the girls volleyball match. Darien taking on Stamford. That'll be a home match for Darien. And then on Tuesday, a big one, John.
Come on, Wave. Come on, girls.
Darien field hockey team visits arch rival New Canaan. That'll be played at Dunning Field on Tuesday at 4 o'clock. DAF Media will broadcast that as Fiore goes down and gets it.
That's well defended there by Alana Dolan. Yeah, the Darien New Canaan rivalry is always good. The field hockey one should be very good. Darien's having an unbelievable season so far.
Undefeated. They had a draw against Daniel Hand, but they're undefeated in the FCAC, coming off a big win yesterday at Greenwich. 1-0 win thanks to a first half Kendall Wasinski goal. And a free kick here for
It's a
Wilton.
very early free kick. Good thinking there by Wilton, but again, just not enough bodies in the box. I can count 7 bodies outside the box there. They're going to have to commit more players forward. If they give up another goal, really doesn't make much difference.
Come on, Wave. Keep the ball. Get it.
Damian Andrew, John Bradley on the call here. Although John doing most of the heavy lifting on this game. I'm doing some camera work. 2-0 Darien here.
And the refs missed that one. I think
Yep,
the refs
they
having a
did.
cup of tea. They're not sure what happened there, ref. I think the ref's trying to get the next 7 minutes out of the way as well. But again, that's just way too hopeful from Wilton again. And they'll use up just a little bit more clock for the Wave.
Yeah, time certainly on Darien's side here. 6:40 left, 2-0 Blue Wave.
.6:23 left here. That's a good clearance there by D'Annunzio.
To be fair, John, this Darien defense, I don't want to say they've been tested, but they've certainly been busy here in the second half.
Yeah, they've played well this half. Again, it's another tough ball into the box. But I said a little bit of it here is that we haven't done a good job of getting the ball up to Ramsey and relieving that pressure, so a lot of the game has been played in the Darien half. But again, it takes a lot to trouble this defence. Good cross. Excellent defending again there by D'Annunzio.
That was the first corner I believe Wilton had in this second half, John.
Wasn't a bad one, to be fair. So it was just excellent defending by Darien again. So we're going to be just under the 5-minute mark. And because the defence is so strong, if Darien can score that magic 2 goals a game, it's going to be really difficult for any team to beat them. Because I don't see any team scoring 3 goals against this defence or this keeper in Fiore. Just too good, too experienced.
Well, always helpful to get off to a fast start, and that's certainly what Darien did this afternoon.
Unfortunately, it looks like I'll have to bring a jacket to the next broadcast.
And there will be. We got to talk about that, you and me. When that next broadcast will be. Got to get you on some field hockey games. As
good effort there by Wilton. As I said last time, field hockey, volleyball, birthday parties, anything you need. Bat mitzvahs, bar mitzvahs, whatever you want.
John, I tell you, you talk about schedule. Mo Minikis' schedule gets really difficult now. They got some big games. The Greenwich game obviously was a big game, 2 undefeated teams in the FCAC. And then next week, next Tuesday, they play at New Canaan.
But they'll have confidence from that last result. As I said, I spoke to one of the assistant coaches over there. When you get a win like that in a close game, gives you a lot of confidence going forward. I said this is similar to this game today. Darien will have known that 4 or 5 of their first few games were against a weaker opposition. This tough test today, and Darien has thoroughly deserved to be 2-0 up. 3 minutes left here. Wilton will be looking. Everyone's in the box. That's a good ball. Well defended again by Darien. And to be fair, got to commend these refs today. I think overall they've done a very, very good job.
Under 3 minutes left here.
And this is going to be an excellent win here for the Wave. It was a good test. I mean, they've got some good results. First game of the season, they beat West Hill, who are again another good side. And again, it's a smart foul. As I said, give Wilton possession 65 yards from your goal. Not a problem at all. Ramsey showing a little bit of experience there.
Ramsey will play lacrosse at USC. A lot of multi-sport athletes on this Darien team.
Way too easy there for Fiore. You see the experience now. She's not going to pick that ball up.
You were talking about some of Darien's wins. That was a big win under the lights at home, first time ever against Danbury.
Yeah, again, Danbury actually did a very good job defending, and it was frustrating for Darien. Opposite to today. It took Darien 70 minutes to break down Danbury.
Katie Ramsey scoring the game winner in that one.
Wilton back on the attack, looking to get something here in the last 2 minutes. But again, Darien, great shape there. And again, you can see by the coach's reaction, very frustrated that they're still trying to beat the best keeper in the league from 25 yards out. It's just not going to happen.
As you were saying, Darien has to come away from this one feeling pretty good about themselves, considering they get a impressive
I mean, I said the
win over a quality opponent.
It's a win against a quality opponent. A couple of players have stepped into the starting lineup due to injuries, and it's a great thing about being the coach. You now pose a little problem because you've earned the right to possibly start the next game as well. But depth carries you through this, and depth helps you win in the postseason. So it's great for Darien to see Wilton on the attack again. it's great for the coaches to know that they've got 16, 17, 18 players that can play in big games. Because not to downplay any opposition, but these are very different to playing the 3 or 4 teams that sit at the bottom of the league. I think this will just about see out time here, 20 seconds left. Darien in no rush to take the throw in.
Good job, Wave!
The 10-second countdown. And this game is over.
And that will do it here from Lilly Field on the campus of Wilton High School. Darien gets a big conference win over the Wilton Warriors, 2-0. Ellen Harnish, 2 first-half goals. And then the defense was very impressive in the second half. And as I said, the defense was very busy in the second half. Wilton never really, I mean, they had some opportunities.
Yeah,
never really that threatening. But
no, I think it'd be something the coaches will go back and look at. As I said, Darien changed their formation in the second half. But the great thing is you come away with a win. The players learn, the coaches learn that maybe that was a little bit too long to sit with one forward. And I know that they would have encouraged the midfield to get up and support. They rotated Ramsey, Bravo, and Ellen Harnish up front. But again, great win against quality opposition. They get a little break now and get ready to go again next week.
Darien has rebounded nicely, John Bradley, from that loss to Brian McMahon at home. A little bit of a stunner, I think, maybe to some outsiders. Obviously, McMahon a good team, but Darien had been playing so well. And now with this win, Darien has now won its last 3. So they up their record to 7-1 in the FCA.
Which is a great start to the season.
With some tougher opponents on the horizon, as you mentioned, St. Joe's being one of them.
Yeah, I think that they can hang with anyone. I said people are starting to see them. McMahon are a very good side, actually. So that isn't a McMahon of old, and so they came into that game. It's no fluke you didn't lose. No offence to anyone, but you didn't lose to Central, Trinity. So you came out there and lost to a team that McMahon will be in that top 8 at the end of the season.
One last question for you. If you're Lee Parsons, what is he saying to his team in this huddle after the game? I mean, obviously, he and Mike Fraioli, his assistant, have to be very pleased with the way they played.
They'll be very pleased with the win. They'll go back and look, and if anything, this will be just between the coaches after the game. They'll be telling the players now, obviously, you've just had a great win against a team that we're going to be competing for a playoff spot against, but they'll realise that they've got to put together a complete 80-minute game if they want to go on and win the FCX Championship. And I believe that squad over there has got the capabilities to win the championship, but you're not going to do it in spurts. So we had a fantastic 25 minutes, little let up at the end of the first half, and the second half, I would say Wilton had 70-80% of the game, which is not what you're looking for, because today Wilton struggled in that last 20-25 yards. Once you start to go against, and we've already played against McMahon with the Peyton McNamara's, the Claudia Benzes of this world, they'll punish you.
Yeah.
So Darien, they'll know, that the coaches will know, but they won't be telling the girls, that they got a little bit lucky not to concede a goal or two in that second half. But a win against another playoff contender is a great result. The girls should be proud, coach should be proud. And I'll be back next week.
John, it's a pleasure. As always, a pleasure having you on these broadcasts. It's been a lot of fun. You bring so much insight and knowledge specifically to the sport of soccer. But we're going to have you on some other broadcasts as well.
I've been Googling Volleyball 101.
For John Bradley, I am Damian Andrew. Darien beats Wilton 2-0. High school girls varsity soccer, big FCAC win for the Blue Wave. And this has been a production of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Have a great night, everybody.